Hi morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Back on Narrowboat Perfik. Right, it's been overnight. We had a bit of rain in the night, but sunny right now. So I'm going to go and see if I can get the solar panels bonded down, get these batteries in the box, get cracking, see where that takes us. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the last one. Lots of comments on that one, which is good. We're going to press on a little bit today and see how far we can get, like I say, with wiring these batteries up. See if I can get this battery charger, inverter connected, and we'll go from there. Right, let's get these batteries on. Job I want to get rid of. Oh, negatives towards me. No, positives towards me. Get the starter in it as well before I go any further. One way round. Right, there they are. They're all in. Starter, 5 leisures, 550 amp hour, or 500 amp hour. Right, that'll do for now, because they're out my way. I'm going to see if the sky's looking a bit borderline, so I'm going to see if I can get these panels mounted up there. Okay, it's the same sort of thing as on Magic Roundabout. 3 140 watt Victron solars on the centre line. We've had to cut a mushroom down. Cue the haters, but anyway, with the boat owners. Where are we? There. So I don't know if you can see that under there. There's a mushroom that I've cut off. So few things. The ventilation is still there to a point, because I've got that much gap between the mushroom and the solar panel. The mushroom, it still has that much vertical standing to it, so rain will never go up that way. But even if it does blow up there in really windy conditions, there's still a lip to prevent water going in. Obviously the panel across the top is going to protect any water going down. It's one of those things, it's an option to customers, and it's their choice. You can see these mushrooms all over the place. There's 3 on the side. We've got a Houdini hatch, we've got the ladder, the walkway rack, the gangplank rack, another mushroom there. We've also got the side hatch here. And of course, for the observant amongst you, you'll know that that's going to come over and hit the side panel, the solar panel. So what the customer's going to do there is to make a bracket, so that cannot happen. So again, they're not all my choices, they're up to the customer. If you want this, then we need to make some decisions on what we can and cannot do. They want to go travelling, so the walkway down the boat is really important. You only really need to lift that hatch, then you can open the side doors. So that's what they're going to do, but they are going to get somebody to make a bracket or something, so that cannot come over and hit the solar panel. I'm just waiting for some more side brackets, because I put a support in the middle of each side as well, as I did on Magic Roundabout. Oh, there's moonshine. I've got loads of jobs to do on there. So yes, that's where we are with the solar. I'm just going to drill and fix those feet to the panels, and I may well bond them down as well, because it's not rain is forecast, but like later afternoon, you know, that even though the panels will get fixed, that you can still undo them to lift them off if you want to get to the roof. So that's that. Let's get on with that. Well, like some of you have seen before, all these brackets need drilling. And I try and drill them in a box. Well, I do, just to catch all that plastic. Because I don't want that going in the waterways. But oh yeah, all of these have got to be drilled. So I'm going to get on with that, and then we'll crack on with something else. Right, they're all screwed in, loose. So now I've got to centralise it all up, put some masking tape around the feet, bond them down. Don't look like it's going to rain for a bit, so I'm going to do that, I think. Alright, they look central now. I'm going to get that masking tape. Quite smart. 140 watts. And avoiding the, if you look, there's nowhere else I could have put them anyway, so that pigeon box had to go, and this mushroom that's under here had to get cut down. Belong to Battery Megastore's eBay page. That's where I'll get all my stuff from, and I'll put that in the description below if you want to go and have a look at there. They do batteries. Let's put you down. Batteries, Victron, Dometic, and Sterling Power as well. So yeah, check those guys out on eBay. Really good company. I get a lot of my stuff from there. So it's a distributor and a store that I use and I recommend. So Battery Megastore, descriptions down in the box below. Right. So I want masking tape and some trusty CT1. That's what I use to bond the panels down with, if you haven't seen that before. Good stuff. So I need my, there it is, and masking tape. Right, you guys have seen this before. It's that low-tack fog tape. I don't use, said before, I don't use that ordinary masking tape. 2 reasons: it's rubbish, but also it leaves, if it does get wet, which is highly likely when you're working outside, it leaves a really messy residue behind. So right, so this is what I do. Look, I've done that to every foot. I have got to get some more side supports which I can put on when they come in. But I'm going to get these panels bonded down to where they are now, and then I can add those later. Right, I'll go around and do all the tapes, and then we can get some glue under them. Weather's changing. So okay, I've glued those down. If you want to see how I did that, sure you get the idea. The last solar install I did, I went through that a little bit further. Yeah, so I'm just wiping that waste away now, and that's where the masking tape comes in. So I'll peel the masking tape away, and then it gives a nice clean edge then for as a finish. Yeah, you do waste quite a bit, but it's the price you pay for knowing that there's plenty under there. Okay, they're all bonded down, tapes are all off now. Just leave them well alone. Not going to do anything more to those today. So yeah, it's just because there was a break in the weather. Well, a break in the weather. Yeah, it weren't raining. Right, I'm going to get on with those battery links, I think. Get those all linked up and together. Let's get these battery links made. I'm using this one as a pattern. I've just checked it. Pop a pair of cutters. One, two, three, four, 5 batteries there, so 5 negatives. Pretty sure this tool would make anybody talk, which I think about all the time. Makes me cringe a little bit. But yeah, this is 50mm cable. 50mm high flex. Right, here's my hydraulic crimp tool. You can see there's different inserts in there. What's that going there? Got a pair of 35s. So I'm crimping 50mm cable. Stranded, which is different to the stuff that the industrial boys use. So I'm just going to prove a point really, and if I put the 50mm inserts in and a 50mm, that's a 70, not that one. I was looking at something else there. 50mm lug. Okay, so we're going to get that on there, making sure all the strands are in. Okay, and I'm going to crimp that up using that 50mm tool. In fact, see, that's butted up together already, and it's not crimped that crimp on it at all. So yeah, see, it's done nothing. So I always go down the size. Next size down is 35. Strangely, what was in before, because I've been using a lot of 50mm lately. So I just crimp that up with that 35mm. You can see now there's a much better crimp on that, and it's proper got it. So like I say, I always drop a size with this stranded cable. I always drop a size down, and that seems to work okay for me. That's definitely on there. So 50mm cable, but I'm using my 35mm crimp tool. That rain's coming in. So I'm just making up those battery links. Another thing when you're making up these battery links is making sure that the lugs are line up, if you get my meaning. Because if you put them on like that, when you come to put them on the batteries, you're going to have to twist that cable quite a lot to try and get that in. So just make sure that they're about the same angle. And that's one done. I've got to put the insulation on the ends, but that's one done. So I'll make those up for all the other batteries. Only difference for that negative link, put it somewhere. The one's an 8mm on the one end, because the studs on the battery is, lazy battery is an 8. But on the other end, the clamp has got a 10mm. So if you can, I definitely recommend making sure you put the right size lug on the right size terminal. I see that a lot. Sometimes I can do something about it, especially if I'm installing it. Sometimes they're all over the place, and it might not be my remit to actually do that. So anyway, so out comes the crimper again. Right, there's my two crimps, 10mm and 8mm. Get them insulated, get them started when the leisure battery is linked up. Right, there's that one, and the 10mm. Again, I've not tightened that. Just to hold on there. Okay. Right, I can start on some other bits and pieces now. Right, so I'm just connecting some bootlace fells on here. Just on the live and the negative. Blue is negative, brown is live. On single phase systems anyway. And the earth is left a little bit longer, because I'm going to try and put the galvanic isolator under here out the way. So I'm going to take the earth into the cabinet and back out. That's the theory. And then all the earths on this side of the galvanic isolator are isolated from the shore earth to stop any galvanic corrosion. I did a quick video on galvanic isolators. If you want to look in the playlist, there is one there. Just quickly what sort of what they do, what they're for. Pressing on. I've mounted the galvanic isolator, brain feed. Just mounted a few things, so I've got a place for everything. Solar controller, Victron Smart Solar. So that's going on as well. With these, they have really big slots on them. So rather than putting huge great screws in there, I do pop a washer on just to spread that a little bit. Because the size of screw you have to go to get a head big enough to miss that is quite large. So so I think, okay, I'm going to utilise the screw hole that's already there, because there's been stuff on here before. Try and use that. One shot at doing that. Yeah, really still struggling with my knee. Oh, that'd be dinner time. Still struggling with my knee. Kneeling on that is pretty painful. I've had to postpone next week's job, which is batteries in an engine bay with a alternator's battery charger. So it's not urgent. I'd like to have done it, but I've had to postpone that. I'm a bit slower this week doing this, but this was always going to be a bit more than just a few days work. I've just opened the box for the Cerbo GX, and it's a Venus GX, so it's the wrong one. I've got to go up to the supplier on Monday anyway to fit some more solar panels for another job, so I'll get that swapped out then and get them an email now to make sure that that's in stock. But I've got plenty to do. Right, let's get that 240 connected, 230 connected, and we can start putting some fusing in, wait for the isolator, that should be here soon, and get some of this stuff wired in. But there's the mains into AC in. Yeah, so that goes directly to the shore power connector there. So we've now got to connect to AC one out, which is the far left set of connector blocks. So that will go out then to the little consumer unit here. Okay, there's the AC in, which is on the right hand side, AC one out on the left hand side. The middle one is AC out 2. That's used, that's only live when connected to shore power. So like I said before, you can use that for other things like immersion heaters and things like that. That's not on this boat at the moment. So here's the galvanic isolator. So this is the earth in. That's the earth in that I've got to put on there. This one's the earth out to the boat, which is this one that actually goes up to the AC in side. So everything downstream, every earth downstream of the galvanic isolator is, let's say, protected. So that's that. So the only earth that comes onto there is the shore power in. Right, so I'll fish through this other cable that's now going to be the supply to the RCD. I've got to test that later, make sure that's working okay. It looks a pretty old one, but we'll try and work with it if we can. Quite old, if you notice, quite old twin and earth that goes out to the sockets. Not a lot I can do with that at the moment, but it is quite old cabling. We don't use twin and earth on a boat. We certainly don't now, but I've seen it a lot. Old cruisers and stuff, all wired in twin and earth. But nothing I can do with that at the moment. So let's get that stripped off and connected in, and then some crimps put on there. And the 230 side then is pretty much done on that side. Well, there comes the rain again. Absolutely chucking it down. Okay, so that's where we are, sort of the end of part 2, I guess. Solar's all there, ready. Well, solar controller's there. The inverter's wired up to the incoming 230 and the outgoing to the little breaker board. Yes, I've got to just put the earths on the galvanic isolator. I've also got to earth the case of the inverter charger and earth the case of the mppt and earth the hull as well, so I need to pop a cable down to the hull somewhere. The batteries are in and linked. Starter batteries reconnected. So what have I got to do yet? I've got to drill a hole for the incoming solar cables. God, it's chucking it down out there. This time of year, even work, I mean, this is a trad, but you know, if I shut all the doors up in here, it's like working in a black box. It's there's no light, and yeah, you could put head torches on. Oh, it's so difficult. So really, I want the hatch open to be working in here. This time of year, you know, weather stops play a little bit now and again. That's just the way that is. Not sure that's just this time of year actually, although it has been a very dry summer. So what have I got to do? I've got to put the positive and negatives up to the inverter through a 2-pole isolator and a couple of mega fuses. I bet that'll spark some debate, but let's leave that for next time. I've got to put the roof gland in for the solar, connect the solar up to the solar output to the batteries through a MIDI fuse. Swap out the I've opened the box and there's a Venus GX in there, and it should be a Cerbo GX for the colour GX screen. So I've got to get that swapped out that Monday. So I've got to wire up the GX. I'm probably not that far away really. I have bonded the panels down, but there's a couple more straights that I want to put on there. Just waiting for those to come. The delivery seems to be slow again. Yeah, the post office is on bloody strike again. The post office is on strike, so I think that's going to slow a few things down. But yeah, that's just the way that is. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this part 2 of Narrowboat Perfik. I think I'm going to sit here for a while because I don't really fancy going out there. But I've moved some. I'm supposed to be doing some batteries next week. I've moved those to the following week because my knees just I can just about do this job, but it's quite difficult. I certainly can't install batteries inside a wide beam engine bay at the moment because I just wouldn't get down there, because it's one of those jobs I'll be on my knees all day and I just can't do that. So I've moved that. Been a bit slow on this job this week because of my knee, but also things like cutting the pigeon box off, the ornamental pigeon box, treating and painting the battery box as well. That was all the right thing to do, but yeah, it just slowed the process down a little bit instead of just throwing batteries in. Whoa. So instead of just throwing batteries in, thinking about it a little bit and making things better and good. So right, that'll do for today. Catch me next time. Sometime next week we'll have part 3, which will involve powering a lot of this stuff up. So right, see you next time guys. I hope you got something out of that. For things like Victron batteries and stuff, check out the link below. That's where I get my stuff from. That's a link to Battery Megastore's Facebook page, so use that link below. Just help the channel a tiny little bit. Yeah, that looks great out there. And give us a like and a thumbs up if you like. Press that subscribe if you haven't. The channel has grown massively. We've hit 1,000 subscribers in less than a month, which is, well, massive really. So thanks for everyone on that. Nice to hear the debate and get involved in the debate that goes on the message as well. Love that. So yeah, catch you next time for part 3, and yeah, have a great weekend, and yeah, see you soon. Bye guys, bye.